Hello everyone, what's going on? Nexius here. So recently I have been thinking a lot about the way the Windwalker Monk class is in Legion, and specifically I have been thinking about pruning and Blizzard's decision to bring abilities back. For example, Hunters lost traps for marksmanship and beast mastery, but later on in Legion, Blizzard gave them back to all specs. Additionally, they also took away Shroud of Concealment from rogues, and in 7.1, I believe they gave it back. I think it was 7.1 or 7.15. Pretty sure it was 7.1, but I could be wrong there. Either way, the point is, Blizzard actually gave Shroud of Concealment back to rogues. So this kind of got me thinking. If Blizzard was to bring abilities or old abilities, like for example the old Touch of Death or something like that, what would they bring back for Windwalkers, and most importantly, what would you guys want to have come back? Now, of course, I have my own opinions on what I would like to see come back, but of course you guys do too, and I am genuinely interested to see what other monks, and of course even players that don't play monks, what you guys would like to see. So don't be afraid to voice your opinion down below on, say, 2 or 3, maybe 4 abilities that you would like to see come back to Windwalker monks if Blizzard was to reverse any kind of pruning. Now for me, I have 3 specific suggestions for this video. I would bring back a lot more, but for my top 3 as a small step, I would say number 1 would be, most importantly, the Zen Meditation ability from Mists of Pandaria. So if we take a look here, Zen Meditation in Mists of Pandaria reduces all damage taken by 90%, and it reduces, or redirects I should say, redirects to you up to 5 harmful spell casts against party or raid members within 30 yards, and it lasts 8 seconds. Now, if you get attacked by a melee attack, or say a caster kicks you, it will automatically cancel the effect, so it does have counterplay. Now, this ability is amazing, and the reason why it's my number 1 most requested personally to have come back is because it has a lot of skill to it, a lot of outplay potential, it has a lot of amazing moments, and as somebody who makes PvP movies, Zen Meditation is one of those extra abilities where I can show off a sick moment where I, say, prevent a sheep or a kill, and I'm going to show you guys an example here from Mists of Pandaria. So basically what's going on here, this monk here, so he's killing a hunter and a warrior. So this is KFC. And he sees the hunter going for a trap in a second here. So he Zen meditates before the trap lands on his healer. And because it redirects harmful effects from your teammates to yourself, right here, you can see here, instead of trapping the healer, it actually redirects it to him because he uses Zen Meditation. So he saved his healer from getting into a full trap and potentially more CC, which could lead to him having to Karma, or Fortifying Brew, or his healer to Trinket. So there's a lot of skill and a lot of preemptive reading when it comes to Zen Meditation. And that's exactly why I want to see Zen Meditation come back. Zen Meditation is the perfect type of ability that needs to come back. Reversing pruning is to add more depth into the game, add more depth and skill to a specific class or spec, and Zen Meditation is a good example of this. It adds a lot of situational uses, it adds a very cool aspect of the class in terms of class fantasy, because currently monks are lacking in meditation. While we do have Zen Flight and Zen Pilgrimage, not only are they not used in combat, but they are also very rarely used. You only use Zen Pilgrimage to get back to your order hall, and you only use Zen Flight in like little areas like, I don't know, Orgrimmar or something. You can't even use it in Broken Isles for some reason, which is really unfortunate. So you barely get use out of the 2 meditative abilities that we do have, and additionally they are not combat abilities. So to see a active, oftenly used in combat meditation ability like Zen Meditation come back, preferably baseline, I think it would be absolutely amazing to have. It's just a really cool ability overall.
All in on him. Fist him if you can.
Yo, I'm a Sapa Runid. I'm a Shaka Wave a Runid.
Just fist him if you can. Like, fuck it. Here we go. I got bubble.
Nice.
I'm gonna stun the warrior.
Okay.
Grip them.
Stunning.
You guys did that. Yep, good job. Oh!
Oh, nice!
Good job.
He intervened by Touch of Death.
Wait. Really? Is that what just happened to that warrior?
Yeah. Now, for my second suggestion, I would really like to have the old Touch of Death return to the game. Blizzard in 7.0 Legion pre-patch, they redesigned Touch of Death. They took away the execute form, which you guys just saw. and they brought in this new one, which is kind of like a Death Knight Soul Reaper. Now, I have quite a few reasons, or quite a lot of, issues with this current Touch of Death. First of all, it's kind of like the Death Knight Soul Reaper, so it's kind of homogenized, it's not unique, it's not cool, it's just a copy-paste of another ability. Secondly, it's a very boring cooldown. It's a 2-minute cooldown. All you do is press a button, and that's it. It just does nothing, and then 8 seconds later, it does damage. There isn't a whole lot of thought to it. It's just a boring, regular damage cooldown. It's nothing like an Avatar or a Tiger Eye Brute or Serenity, where at least you have to do something to make it useful. You pretty much just press the button. It's extremely boring compared to its old version. The other issue is that Windwalkers already have so many cooldowns. We have Serenity, 2 Storm, Earth, and Fires if you don't go Serenity, Zwen if you're talented into it, Fist of Fury, Strike of the Windlord, and now Touch of Death, and there's probably a lot more in terms of based on your talent choices and whatnot. So basically, Windwalker is already a heavy cooldown stacking class, and having an extra cooldown like this isn't really needed, especially considering how boring it is, how much better the old version is, where you can actually execute people through certain defensives. Not overpowered at all, by the way. You just simply don't drop below 10%. It's as easy as that. You don't want to drop below 20% against a warrior. So we're not here to really talk about balance. No one has really ever complained about Touch of Death, and Touch of Death is just absolutely amazing. The other reason I want the old Touch of Death to come back is from a class fantasy point of view. When I think of the Shaolin monks and everything, I think of those deadly techniques they know. If you guys have seen Samurai Jack facing the Shaolin monks episode, you'll know that the monks do this one ability or technique called Monkey Steals the Peach. Something like that. It can easily kill you or mortally wound you, and that's what I think about when I see Shaolin monks or monks in general, and Touch of Death definitely displays that, at least the old version does, with the execute technique. I would love to see the old version come back, because not only is it just cooler and better in every single way and more interesting, but from a class fantasy point of view as well, it fits the name to a T. It's literally a Touch of Death, whereas this new version doesn't even kill the guy, it just wounds him, and it doesn't even do it instantly. So it's just really weird. So I would love to see the old Touch of Death come back. I don't think there's any more I need to say on that. So those are my top 2 suggestions that I would like to see Blizzard implement. Personally, they both affect class fantasy quite well. The old versions are a lot better than its new versions, whether it's the Warlords or the Legion versions. I would love to see them come back. Unfortunately, I don't have the time really. Well, I could. It would just be a 30-minute video plus if I went over every change I would like to see. Whether it's, scrap the current Storm, Earth, and Fire, bring back the old version because it was not only a unique niche to the spec in terms of cleaving, but also had a lot more skill to it compared to the current Storm, Earth, and Fire. Bring back the 7.0 Serenity, make that baseline, because the cooldown reduction effect it used to have added a lot more skill, interesting aspects, and a lot more depth to the class, instead of just press button, do extra damage, push rotation. You actually had to carefully monitor your rotation during Serenity to maximize that cooldown reduction effect. So there's a lot more I could cover in terms of what changes I would make, whether it's regarding Storm, Earth, and Fire, Serenity, all that different stuff. But in terms of the top 2, just to keep it simple for Blizzard in this video, and to keep it short for you guys, these are the top 2 I would recommend. Touch of Death and Zen Meditation, please Blizzard, these are the top 2 I would like. Oh, one more thing, please buff Zen Flight. I'm getting tired of not being able to use it in current content. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys liked my video, and don't forget to leave a comment down below on, say, top 3 abilities you would like to recommend for Blizzard to bring back. I guarantee the top 2 are going to be Nimble Brew and Healing Sphere. Will not be surprised, but I'll leave it there for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.